All right. No Jumper, coolest podcast in the world. And we are here today in the building with Jay Stash. What's poppin', bro?
What's happening?
It's Mr. Fuck You Sluts.
Yeah.
Building, you already know.
All right, there's a good question that fucking everybody kept asking when we asked for questions from the crowd is where the fuck did that Twitter username come from? It's pretty epic.
Yeah.
It's a big part of your identity now.
It's his website, man.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
Very provocative, but I actually got it from Eminem.
Really?
I quoted it from like one of his songs,
Okay.
like back in high school, and I just always kept it. So
Oh, so even when you were like a nobody, you had this name?
Yeah.
Wow, all right. It probably didn't seem as weird then because, like, you know, every rapper's got their name as their shit usually, or like their like bad hood nickname. I don't know. All right, but so you're from Florida.
yeah, I'm from Fort Lauderdale.
Okay, so you grew up there, but then what's your connection with New York as well?
I was born in New York, so growing up I always went back and forth. But like when I was like 19, I just moved to New York.
And so, what was your Florida upbringing like?
Shit. When I was like 16, I dropped out of high school, ended up moving to South Beach, living in Miami.
What kind of crowd you rolling with?
Was that fun?
That doesn't sound sketchy or anything.
It's crazy. I was hanging out with rappers back then before I was rapping. So
Oh, okay.
going to the club every night, popping bottles. 16.
What kind of rappers are we talking here?
Shit. I was hanging around like Lil Wayne, Young Money.
How you know these motherfuckers?
My big homie, he was like his assistant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you were just sort of always on the scene, and like, what were you trying to rap at the time, or were you doing something else?
Nah. I was even trying to rap. I was honestly trying to start a clothing line.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you always been into rap and clothing?
Yeah.
Okay. But the clothing dream existed before the rap dream?
The clothing was just like a legal hustle, you know?
Okay.
Taking the money from the other shit, making legal money.
Right.
Laundering.
Yeah.
Laundering. Right, all right. So
But yeah, you sell chains now on your site, right?
Yeah, I got some relaxed chains on there.
how does that work?
Yeah, that's the first time I've seen someone.
Is that a good business to be in comparison to like the t-shirt game or some shit?
Yeah. My homie G Money in the back, you know, he's the plug. He plugged me in with the right people. We started making some jewelry.
Okay.
It looks nice.
When did you start to take the whole rapping thing seriously, though?
When I was like 18.
Okay. And so what was that fucking process like for you at that time?
I mean, I started seeing people I knew just started rapping. I was like, yeah, I always liked music, so I just started. Just got it off like that.
When did you start to feel like you were having like some degree of success with it?
Maybe like 19, 20.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what was the original material that popped off for you?
It was just like my original shit. Relax to Get Murked. That's like some very rare shit I did back in the day when I first started rapping. I did that. And then I started my own record label called the Relax Records.
Yeah.
Got some artists on there, like my friends I grew up with, like Kenny Turn Up right here.
Okay.
And then we just started doing shit like that.
Right. So,
Then Hood Rich came out yesterday or 2 days ago, right?
yeah, which Roseman was telling me, he's like, you got to listen to it right now. I did listen to it. I thought it was dope. Yeah.
I'll tell you how I heard it. This is like how 2016 works. I was watching this kid's Snapchat, and I heard 10 seconds of it, and I said, what is that?
But how'd you do the research? How'd you figure it out? You hit him up?
I, like, listened to the lyrics and just Googled them. Like, I went real deep.
Right. Okay, that's smart.
Yeah.
Did you use up your replay for the day?
No, it was on a story.
Oh.
And this kid was like, he's got like 2 million followers on Snapchat, and you just had your song on there.
Who is this kid?
It was Nick Coletti.
Oh, okay, there you go. Yeah. Nicoletti knows what's up.
The homie.
Nick's in the streets. You know him?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's tight. You ever made music with him?
Nah.
No, that's scary. His music is like fucking into the dark corners of his mind, man.
He smokes a
shit.
lot. He smokes maybe.
He smokes a lot of weed. He might smoke too much weed. When did you start smoking weed?
Shit, when I was like 12.
Really? Do you remember the first time you got high?
Yeah, in middle school.
Uh-huh.
I remember I smoked with my homie and I just got really high and paranoid, thinking my parents was gonna smell it.
Me too. I took a can of WD-40 and I sprayed a big cloud and walked through it. And I thought this was a good idea.
Does anyone have an amazing first high experience? Sounds like everyone freaks out.
Yeah, usually people have a bad story when they start off.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
What is your first time going to be like? No one knows. All right, so like, I don't know, like, how did you go about like making moves in terms of like being in Florida and just getting your career going? Like, what's the industry or the scene like out there?
I mean, they got two different scenes. They got the commercial scene, and then they got like the underground, you know.
Right.
Me, because I was always around the commercial scene, I just always wanted to be like that, you know.
Right.
So I never really like hung out with the underground scene out there. Because it was like real politics back then. It was like Raider Clan.
Raider Clan versus like We the Best music. Was that like the original beef?
Nah, those are the only niggas back then that had the underground on lock, you know.
Yeah.
And I wasn't fucking with them, so separated myself.
Do you have specific beef with Space Ghost Perp, since we talk about him on every single podcast and he loves us for it?
Shout out Space Ghost.
I don't fuck with that nigga.
Why not?
Space Ghost killer.
Oh, all right, yeah. Hey, so what's the origin of that beef? When did you guys first start having problems or whatever?
Man, I met that nigga back in the day when I used to fucking be in like this little studio in Coral Springs. Back when I used to hang out with that nigga Rob Banks.
Yeah, who we also need to talk about for sure.
I met him through him actually.
Okay.
But I ain't never really fucked with that nigga.
You know, but did you have beef though specifically? He ever write a song about you? He write songs about everybody.
I don't know. I don't listen to his music.
Yeah. Not anymore. Me neither. Yeah. I used to though. If he had wrote a song about you back in the day, I might have heard it. But
he wrote a song about you.
Probably. Honestly, like if Space Ghost Perp is so irrelevant that if he wrote a song about me, I probably wouldn't. I don't think anybody bothered to tell me. And I don't think I would find out. I wouldn't even really care to listen.
No one would know about it.
It would be a mystery. Yeah.
Okay.
Like when you hear that he's like wrote a diss song about yams, you don't like go listen to it. You're just like, oh, what a fucking asshole. You don't, nobody cares enough to hear it.
He dissed yams?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Dead guy. He's crossing the line.
That's weird.
Anyway, fuck. So when did you? So being in that like scene where you were like in the nightclubs and shit all the time. Who else were you hanging out with besides like? You ever hang out with Mac Main?
Yeah.
Yeah. How's he? That's one of Rosen's favorite rappers.
Oh, word. He's cool. He was always chill, real quiet. He was always a quiet one. Yeah.
How do you like get out of Florida then? Because it feels like people who like are in Florida kind of stay there. You know.
Shit, I don't know. I just really one day just up and left and went to New York and just stayed out there.
Right.
And you had some time in Japan?
Yeah.
That's more recent though, right?
Yeah, like I went there like first time last year.
Oh, okay. Kay, can you tell us about the Rob Banks thing though? Like how you guys became friends and what the fuck happened?
All right, so pretty much from my area, Broward County, I was always like popular, you know. So like back in like high school days, you know, I met this little nigga. Like I seen like he wanted to like dress like me, be like me, you know, hang out with like people I know, you know. So like we became cool like that. But we fell off right when he started making music and started hanging out with niggas I ain't fuck with. And like kind of like turned against me. So I was just like, yo, fuck that nigga, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
So you guys fell out like real early on?
Yeah.
Okay. And then did you guys ever have any kind of like altercations and shit? Because I heard about some shit, but I didn't hear exactly what happened.
What did you get?
I don't know. Like there was like an argument on Kanye Titha about like whether you beat him up or whether he beat you up or something. This shit comes up on Google. I'm not like a Kanye Titha reader on the regular, but I Google.
Adam's got 15,000 posts on there.
Oh man, I wish, dude. If I had a presence on there, the podcast would be way more cracking.
We'd have Ye on here.
I mean, he ain't never beat me up. There was a situation. My homie Key was performing in Fort Lauderdale with Metro Boomin. I left early, and then one of my homies hit me up. Was like, "Yo, Rob Banks is here." I've been trying to catch this nigga for like a year at that time. So I went back, went in, ran on stage, beat him up real quick, ran out because security was chasing me.
On stage?
Yeah.
And how did that go over with the crowd and everything?
That's so aggressive.
It happened so fast. I don't even know. I just know I ran on stage, took off on him, got out. My homeboys are still in there fighting security.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it was lit.
You were there?
Yeah.
Well, okay. So from your perspective, what was it like? You were watching this?
Yeah, I mean, it happened quick, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't there. Did what he had to do.
Wait, was he performing when you hit him? Or he was just like watching?
I don't even know what was going on. I think Metro Boomin was DJing or some shit. I don't know. My bad, Metro. I didn't mean to fuck up your set, but I don't know.
Damn. Shout out Rob. I like Rob. He came in here. He was a nice guy.
You were trying to find him for a year?
Yeah.
Did he say something?
Yeah, what was the thing that like drove you to the point of wanting violence?
I can't even remember. I remember this nigga, he had pulled up to my mom's crib, and I wasn't even there. And I was just like, yo, what the fuck? This nigga came to my mom's crib. I guess he was trying to fight me or some shit, which, I don't know. I heard he came like mad deep to my mom's crib.
Why do you want to fight you though?
I don't know.
Okay.
So, pretty much the same day, next day, I went to his studio with, like, you know, my niggas, my cousins, whatever, Relax Gang. The nigga ain't want to come out the studio, blah. So, like, I ain't seen him since then. So when I was like, oh, this nigga's at this show, I was like, yo, perfect time to catch him, you know?
Right.
Because every time I try to catch him, it was just like...
Did he ever retaliate after that situation? Anything happen? Really?
Nothing. Not to me, not to my niggas. Like, there's been situations my niggas been in the same parties with this nigga, nothing happened, you know?
Really?
Niggas just go on Twitter and say shit, so I was just like, all right. I already beat him up, so it's just like, whatever. I ain't worried about this nigga no more. If he want to fight me when he see me, he could come see me. I'm everywhere, you know? I'm never hiding, so niggas know.
Right. Damn. Somehow I feel like there's going to be a lot of conversations on Twitter about this conversation that we just had. What do you think?
People like to talk in the comments. He's right. They do more talking than acting.
Hey man. I beat up Rob Banks. He ain't beat me up.
Dash sat right there and said the same thing the other day too, and they seem to love that.
That he beat up Rob Banks?
Well, Dash's story about when he... No, not Rob Banks. Space Ghost, sorry.
Yeah, Space Ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Space Ghost is like 5'5", right?
I don't know. I feel like, he's probably not that scary. I don't know. Hey, can we talk about this crazy-ass situation you had? Because there's a lot of accusations about you being a woman beater out there. This was the whole thing. It was in fucking the New Yorker.
The New York Times.
And I know that you want to clear it up because you posted about it on Instagram the other day. You said, I might do an interview one day.
Yeah, 3 days ago, you said, I might do a long interview about clearing this up.
Yeah, so now we get to
got
hear
an
the
hour
story.
right now.
Because we could just say first, it sucks because it's like when you hear about a domestic abuse case or whatever, it's like you want to give the woman the benefit of the doubt, but also as soon as they say that, the guy is just dragged through the dirt. And we're going to get to hear Stash's side of it right now, I guess.
All right, so I got into this little altercation with my ex-girlfriend, pretty much. I broke up with her. She couldn't accept it. I let her come to my house one night when I was going, like, the same night I was going to Japan, because, like, she was pretty much homeless, you know. I just moved to this new apartment building in Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
Had her come through. I was sleeping. She went through my phone. I guess she seen some shit she didn't want to see. Pretty much got on the phone, started, like, crying, telling whoever she was on the phone with that, oh, she's going to, like, beat me up or some shit. So pretty much I wake up to her on top of me, literally just, like, punching me in my face. You feel me? Like, the room's mad dark. Like, she's just on top of me, punching me, like, attacking me. So throughout that incident, like, I did hit her through, like, self-defense, you know, like, 2 times, literally, in 2 seconds. And I just started restraining her, you know?
Right.
And right after that, like, I got on the phone with my mom and told her, like, yo, this girl just pretty much beat me up and now she has a black eye. I'm about to go to Japan. Like, what do I do? Blah, blah, blah. My mom calmed her down, you know?
So your mom was talking to her?
Yeah.
Okay.
So shit was cool. You know, we made up, had sex, whatever, fucking same night.
And then you went to Japan, though?
Yeah, went to Japan. She was in my crib just, like, crying, whatever. I had, like, my assistant at the time, because he was staying at my crib, just, like, pretty much remove her, because, like, my building was, like, a brand new, luxurious building. Like, she was just causing, like, problems or whatever. So I kicked her out. I had her sister come pick her up, and then, like, she was just, like, texting me, like, yo, I'm about to just, like, post these pictures up and just, like, ruin your career pretty much. Because at the time, I had, like, a sponsorship with, like, Alexander Wang. I was doing, like, big shows. I was about to get signed, you know.
Right.
So pretty much, I ended up blocking her because I was in Japan working, you know, like, the time difference, like, so I was just really...
And what was she so mad at you about? Was just the fact that you were fucking other girls or whatever she's seen in your phone? She was just mad at you in general, so she's like, I'm going to air you out.
Yeah, pretty much. She felt like I cheated on her, but in reality, I wasn't even going out with her.
Yeah.
So the day I got back to New York to my apartment, she posted a false statement on Tumblr.
Right.
Making it seem like I've been abusing her throughout our whole relationship, like I'm a woman beater. Like, it was literally crazy. Like, this nigga right here, Kenny, was like the first person to even show me that shit.
Uh-huh.
And then like my phone started blowing up. Shit was crazy. I was just like, what the fuck, you know?
Right.
But me being me, what I did, I was like, yo, I gotta fucking get out of here now, cause like this shit just, you know, like the police are gonna come to my door. You know, I got fucking drugs in my house, all this shit. I had to clean up all that shit.
Right.
Go to fucking Florida. Had to hire the best attorney in New York. You know, shout out to Alex Spiro, Ben Braffman.
Right.
Took me like 8 months to clear that shit up, you know, but I was proven not guilty.
So what was that whole process like, though, working with your lawyers? Like, how did you go about proving that you didn't do it? And was she really trying to fight this, like, in court and shit? Like, really saying that she...
I mean, so pretty much, like, the fact that she put out a false statement on Tumblr and then at the same time she had to actually make a real statement to the police.
Right.
Both of those statements didn't add up.
There's like inaccuracies between them. Okay,
yeah. Like, even in her statement, she said that she went on top of me and she attacked me. You know.
Right.
I had 2 witnesses in my crib at the time. You know, like I was innocent. She got on the phone with my mom and like the fact that she waited 2 weeks to post it right after the situation, she made it seem like it just happened. You know, like.
Right.
So like they pretty much just like threw it out. You know, because it was self-defense.
Right. Damn. Do you feel...
How much did that cost you for the lawyers, if you don't mind?
Tens of thousands of dollars.
Right. Did you feel like, but was the worst part just like the fact that you probably had this overwhelming amount of people just talking shit about you and going crazy on Twitter? It's in the news.
Yeah.
It's like all of a sudden you're in the news in like news publications that would never have written about you beforehand. You're like, oh, thanks.
It's crazy because like the fact that like with this girl I did everything for her, you know, like I funded everything for her. She lived with me. I took care of her. I was still looking out for her. You know, and the fact that she did this to ruin my life, you know?
Right.
And then, like, prior to that, like, my birthday was, like, a couple of days before that shit even happened. So, like, seeing all the people showing me love and the same people just saying, yo, fuck this nigga, you know, just... It's kind of crazy because I knew I was fucking innocent, so it's just like,
right.
I'm not no fucking woman beater, you know, what the fuck?
And people are so quick to believe whatever the fuck they hear about people too, right? Like it's just they're so quick to just turn on somebody and want to find a reason to hate on them.
Yeah, they don't know the story, none of that shit, but
yeah,
it is what it is. I knew fucking I was innocent, I was gonna beat it anyway, so I just had to sit there and wait throughout the whole shit, but. It's over now. Got a new girlfriend.
Wait, so she put it on Tumblr, then she went to the cops, then she had to press charges, and then was she trying to get money too, like sue you, or was she just trying to ruin you?
Because it went viral.
Yeah.
So like the state of New York, they have like a 0 tolerance for like domestic violence, anyways. So they were trying to treat it like a high case. Pretty much trying to make an example out of me. I'm a young black man trying to be successful. So you know they're just like.
How much did they use, like, your social media? Because, I mean, your name is Fuck You Sluts.
Yeah, you must have been tempted to change that, right?
That's got to be...
Yeah. Well, the state of New York, their attorneys, they're, like, trash. So, like, they were trying to come at me, but, you know, I had the best lawyer. So, like, anything they will come at, like, we'll just counter that and, like, demolish them. So, it was just, like...
Yeah.
But it must have fucked up. It must have sucked because at the same time, like, you can't really, like... play shows or put out music the same way that you normally would because your reputation is all of a sudden in question.
Yeah, you probably couldn't even talk about it, right?
Yeah, for a whole year I was just like pretty much just doing my own thing because like a lot of people ask me, yo, why do you travel a lot? Like throughout that shit, like I was going through so much shows. I was like, all right, I got the money, I got a passport now, I got the opportunity. I'm gonna just go to England, I'm gonna go to Paris, I'm going to Amsterdam, Switzerland, Japan, you know?
Right.
I was just doing those things, working on music, just looking at life from a different perspective, you know?
Right.
Trying to get my head right.
And it sucks, too, because you can't put out a statement. Like, the number one thing your lawyer is going to tell you is you can't say anything publicly, right? Was that hard for you to just sit there and just let people say this shit about you and you couldn't do anything about it?
Yeah. Sitting there, you can't tweet, you can't do shit. So I was just like, yo, fuck it.
What's the main thing you learned from all that?
Man, I learned never trust a bitch. No, I can't even say that. I don't know. The one thing I really learned from that is like who's my real niggas and who's not, you know? Because from that I seen people's true colors, like straight up. So from that I learned like who's really fucking with me and who's fake. You feel me?
Right.
Yeah, I got you.
Do you you were talking about traveling, like where the fuck do you have so much money from? That's what a lot of people are asking on Twitter too. They're like, how the fuck is this fool in Dubai for fucking months and Japan and all this crazy shit?
No, I'm not born rich. My parents aren't rich.
You're not, because that's another thing that some people are saying too. They're like, oh, his dad is some famous lawyer or some shit. That's not true?
I never met my dad.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, my mom's not rich. Just self-made, grinding, you know?
Right.
Just hustling.
But what do you do these days? Because I'm sure you must have left the streets behind a long time ago, right?
Yeah, these days I'm just like, just investing in certain things, putting my money towards like projects, just things like that.
Right.
Nothing too much.
Right.
Yeah, people really kind of like, they don't know how hard it is to kind of start a label or how much that takes, and you got to have that drive, you know, like
Yeah.
you got to like really have a business mind for that if you want to actually be a label head, you know.
What's your favorite place you traveled to? Because a lot of motherfuckers really ain't traveled. Like, even if they are fucking famous or successful, they never really leave the States that much.
My favorite place, I'll probably say, is Tokyo.
Yeah.
Tokyo, like, the vibe is very, like, dope. Everyone there is very respectful, is clean.
Mm-hmm.
Growing up as a kid, I always wanted to go to Japan, so
Yeah.
it's just like, it's real cool.
What was the love situation from the girls out there? Because they don't speak English. And it's fucking, that from my experience, it was like, man, we saw so many girls that seemed like they liked us and everything, but we couldn't talk to them at all.
It's weird, though, in Japan, like, they learn English in school, so, like, a lot of Japanese people, if they don't speak it, they'll understand what you're saying. They just can't speak back to you.
Right, yeah.
Hold on 1 second. You just opened up Snapchat and get a naked picture?
I wish.
That's not what that was? Oh, shit.
Yo, don't be fooled. Kenny Turnip got the hose.
Chill out.
Yeah. Hey, so all right, there's another fucking question. Is like, can we get the real scoop on this whole buckwheat bill fucking controversy? You had crazy. This is this fool. Do you even know about this?
No.
I don't know him, but he was a member of his crew. They had crazy shit. They wrote diss songs about each other. What the fuck is this all about? What started this shit?
Man, Buckwheat Bill, that was like he's still my bro.
Okay, you guys are cool again a little bit?
Yeah, we're cool again. We had a fallout, so like how he took it, like, yo, we fall out. If you beef with someone, it's like it's beef, you feel me? So we're just like beefing.
Right. But was it just a little argument that you didn't think should have been a huge thing?
It wasn't even anything serious. It was just like miscommunication, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, and at the time, I just didn't give a fuck because, like, I was going through the shit with my ex, that case whole shit, so I was just, like, turning up on everyone, so. But nah, we cool again.
But so what was up with, like, all the fucking songs and shit? It got lit for a while. I was really enjoying the diss songs.
What was that picture you sent me?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, what's that? That's too. That's a totally different subject. There's a weird selfie you took.
My butt picture.
Yeah, what was that? What happened?
All right, so this nigga Buckwheat Bill did me grimy because that nigga was like fucking with my ex, but not fucking with her, but like being cool with her. That was a picture I sent her.
The ex that you had the court case with?
Yeah.
Oh, so he was being cool with her after the whole situation had already started?
Yeah.
Oh,
so that shit was just, that picture was a joke, you know. I just sent it to her as a joke.
To your girl?
Yeah, to my girlfriend.
Okay.
My ex, but
right.
So she sent that shit to him, and he dropped it as like for the picture for the disc, which was kind of cool.
Well, it's funny, but yeah, that's fucked up on her part to be giving that around, like you're joking around with her and shit.
She made all those false allegations. So what do you expect?
Yeah, I mean, she's ruthless. You know that she was wild as fuck. Like, I'm not saying I can't sit here as a journalist and pass judgment, but did you know that she was capable of extreme vengeance like this?
Nah. That bitch loved me.
Maybe a little too much. There's a thin line between love and hate. That's a perfect example.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, so she sent him that picture. He posted that shit. To me, I didn't even give a fuck about that picture because, like, all right, it's my butt. I know I'm not fucking gay. The fuck.
And you were dealing with so much other shit at the time that it probably seemed very small in comparison, right?
Yeah, of course. It was like, all right, y'all see my butt. All right, big deal.
Yeah. No, I mean, anybody, like, if you really think about it, if your girl wanted to air you out, think about all the shit that she knows about you or the fucking weird photos she could have took.
I don't talk to girls. I don't talk to any girls.
Stay away. Yeah, I respect that. Damn, that's crazy. So, tell me about, like, people are asking about Rocky. People are asking about Kanye. It's like you've been spotted around a lot of famous people and shit. Have you managed to collaborate with them, or who have you collaborated with?
When I used to live in New York, I used to live in Harlem. I first moved out to Harlem. I was hanging out with like my big homie Ian Connor. You know, he was like around ASAP, so
Yeah.
I was always around ASAP. I fucked with Rocky. I always looked out.
How'd you first become down with them? What was the thing that got you into that circle?
What, Ian?
Yeah, Ian and Rocky and everybody back then.
I don't even remember how I met Ian. I met him through like this nigga Kenny's cousin Glenn.
Okay.
Glenn Brown was like his best
Oh
friend.
yeah, Glenn.
Yeah. So I met them like that.
Right.
We just became cool ever since.
Fucking,
I met Kanye like a couple of times, but I did the Yeezy season 3.
Yeah, we definitely need to know what that was like because we talked to Yachty about it too, but he didn't really have that much to say.
Man, that shit was epic. Cause it was like my first time doing like some modeling shit like that.
That was your first time.
Where were you standing in the whole stadium?
I was standing on top of like some shit like
Like on one of the risers?
yeah, in the middle.
Did you sit down or anything? Did you?
I was sitting down like pretty much the whole time. My legs was hurting. I was hot.
Do you smoke a cig?
Nah, the nigga Ian had the only cigarettes.
Really? He's the only one that they would let smoke?
He's the only one that had it. If I had a blunt, I would have lighted that shit up.
He's the only guy who thought about it.
Yeah. He probably the only one that planned ahead.
I was hot. I was like, fuck, I could have brought my weed.
How long are you out there?
I think maybe like 45 minutes
Right.
to an hour.
Oh, that's not that bad. But yeah, I'll probably still sit down.
You were
too.
under a tarp first, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they took it away.
Yeah.
Fuck. Was that exciting? Yo, you consider yourself a weed rapper? Because I've seen some photos of you with like 10 pounds of weed, and I'm just like, damn, this motherfucker's on his Wiz
He's a
Khalifa
weed
thing.
farmer.
Yeah, that's a lot of weed.
No, I'm not a weed rapper, but I rap about weed.
Yeah. When did you first start to feel like you were really like addicted to weed, though?
I'm not an acid rapper, but I rap on acid.
I don't think I'm addicted to weed, but weed is incorporated throughout my schedule.
Right. But what is the schedule? Like, to give
11
me,
a.m. weed.
you wake up in the morning. You wake up. It's 10 in the morning.
Yo, I gotta wake up and smoke, because if I don't smoke, I realize like I'm mad. I just be like, yo, what the fuck?
Right.
Like,
But is your version of smoking like, oh, I'm gonna roll a blunt and smoke it to my face before I even get out of bed, before I leave my room?
man, it depends. I roll a backwood, roll a joint. This nigga Kenny will come through with a blunt already lit. I'm like, oh, it's lit.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. How many blunts would you say you average in a day?
It depends. 5 to 10.
Does it get real wild, like when you're in the studio? Is that when they really start going crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know you gotta smoke in the studio.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, sometimes I like smoking. Like when people smoke so much, like back to back to back, I don't do that shit because I'm like, yo, you're not even getting high no more. You feel
It's
me?
kind of
Like,
weird to just at a certain point, yeah.
Yeah, you just smoking now.
Or it's like people always seem like they be showing off like around like rappers and stuff. Like you'll have some normal ass kid and he's just got it like,
yo,
yeah, what is
light up,
that?
bro.
Yeah. Or that's what it's always in your DMs like, yo, like let's meet up, bro. I got a blunt. I'm like, shut the fuck up. I got blunts. I don't need your blunt.
I don't want to smoke with no man.
I don't need your ugly ass blunt. You're gonna sit here and ask me questions for 2 hours. Yeah.
So you got Yachty on Hood Rich.
Yeah. And Rich the Kid.
That's,
Yeah, shout out Rich the Kid, Rich Forever. You already know.
How you know all
you
those
signed
guys?
You signed to his label,
Yeah,
Oh, you are. You're signed to Rich.
yeah.
but you still got your own label.
Yeah, I'm on Rich Forever now.
Okay.
So you're Drake basically.
We taking over.
Yeah. That's what's up. How'd you meet Rich the Kid?
Shit, I met him like last year. I forgot where the fuck we was, like a party or some shit. But we just connected out here in LA, honestly, at the studio and shit.
Right.
But I met Yachty last year too, like in December, and he just came to my crib. Like Ian sent him over to my crib randomly. I didn't even know who he was.
Right.
But we was chopping it up. He was telling me, oh, he's doing music and shit, like how like he fucked with me, you know. So I was like, oh, I fuck with this kid.
And this is way before you even had any kind of buzz going, huh?
Yeah, way before.
Yeah.
And then out of nowhere, he just blew up. I was like, oh, this is crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
Yachty's the nicest kid. He don't act like he's like famous or important or anything. He acts like just a regular motherfucker.
He a real ass nigga. He don't act like no rapper.
Yeah. That's what it's tight about him. You hear that music outside? Yeah, it's a fucker. Homeless guys love to ride around with a big ass boombox in the back of their bike.
Yeah.
Or they just drag it around behind them in a little cart or something. They always be doing that.
I like that.
I fucking hate that. It's so annoying because you can always hear it right through the mail slot.
Is Yachty signed?
Yeah, he's with Coach K for management, but I don't know if he's on the actual label yet. You know?
No.
I don't know either. It's good that you're concerned, though.
Trying to sign him.
Yeah, shit. What else should we talk about here? Like, tell us about this new project and everything.
Shit, man, I've been working on this shit for about a year.
Yeah.
I think it shows. I think it's. I mean,
Yeah, I
sorry,
liked it, man.
It's
I only
like
listened
this
to
is
it
like
one
it's
time
like
through so
this is
far,
like an
but-
album. I mean, I wouldn't call this a tape.
Yo, people
like,
don't even know. Like, I recorded this shit really everywhere in the world. Like, in Japan, fucking France, England,
Right.
everywhere.
I think you can kind of hear that. You know, like it's got a lot of layers to
It's
it.
very international to you.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. Do you have a hard time like finding engineers that you can fuck with and everything when you're traveling?
Not really, because I only really use one engineer back here. So, like, I know how to record, and I just send it to my engineer, and he just fucks with it.
Right.
Yeah.
That's dope. What are the songs that if you were telling somebody to go check out like 2 songs off the new project, what are the ones that you would be like, these are the ones that are the most
Man,
important?
all them songs, man. Go listen to everything, man.
I like Juice.
Yeah.
Oh, where good looks.
Did you feel like you got a chance to speak on all the bullshit that you've been going through much on the album, or did you try to just like forget about that and just talk about regular shit?
Yeah. No, I wasn't focusing on no bullshit. I was just rapping regular shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Who you consider yourself influenced by, like rap wise, like now and when you were a kid?
Man, back when I was a kid, it was like Eminem, Lil Wayne, Jay-Z, niggas like that. Now, I don't really even know, because I don't really listen to that much music, honestly. I gotta say Gucci Mane, though. You know, I always listen to Gucci Mane. Future, back in the day, I always listen to Future.
Yeah.
So those are like my influences, like Young L.A.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. What happened to him? I ain't heard about him in a long
I
time.
need to get him on my mixtape, though.
That would be tight. I think it's hard to come back when they seen the video of him getting fucking beat up because he had that tattoo on his face on World Star. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
No. It was classic. It was crazy.
He got beat up for having a tat on his face.
Yeah, because it's like duct tape gang or some shit in Atlanta, and he had this big ass duck tattooed on his face, and they beat the fuck out of him, and it was crazy on World Star. Yo, actually, I tried to find the video because people commented asking like, "Hey, what's up with this video of J Stash getting slapped or whatever?" I tried to find the video. It seems like it's been scrubbed from the internet. What's good with that?
Man, ain't no video of me getting slapped.
Was there at one point?
Nah.
No.
They can't. You can't scrub stuff.
There's a video back in like high school of a dude. He slapped me in my face, but they cut it off. They didn't get the whole fight. You feel me?
Really? So what, there was like a fight that happened after that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And this was like back in high school. That like Space Ghost Perp bound.
Really? Oh, so this was his way of beefing with you.
Yeah.
When did that come out?
Years ago.
Yeah. Damn, that's crazy. Perp's a fucking loser. He got spies working for him and shit. That's crazy. I'm beefing over here. Fuck.
So let me address that though. If niggas think they can slap me, come slap me, please.
Yeah.
It ain't going down like that.
Yeah. Well, so is it important for you that you move correctly, like as a person who's in the spotlight and shit? Do you feel like you always need to have like people around you to take care of the situation if it turns into that?
He's like, "Do you have a gun?"
Yeah. No, it's like, do your friends have guns? Do we have anything to worry
Of
about?
course, all my friends got guns.
On the
but-
table right now.
I mean, I don't know. I've always been the person that like when I go, I got my niggas with me, and I'm always ahead of the situation. You know, like I ain't never lacking. Just like my song say, you feel me? So
Yeah.
you feel me though?
Yeah. It could be,
I don't promote no violence no
Right.
more. I ain't with the violence because the labels don't like that shit.
yeah. When's the last time you got in a fight?
I don't even know. When was it, Kenny?
I beat this nigga ass last week.
Who'd you beat up and why? What happened?
He was talking too much, man. He was just talking too much.
Where?
Man, let's make this man. Man, I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know. I think the last fight I got into was when I beat up Rob Banks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause ever since then, I've been on my positivity shit, you know?
Okay.
Peace and love.
Is Kenny the best rapper on your label?
Best.
Number one.
Number one. Mr. Lyrical
I think it's
right
J
here.
Stash. He actually writes for me.
He writes for you.
J Stash writes for me.
Really? So he's like your Memphis Bleak.
Niggas don't know I'm a ghostwriter for the
This
label.
nigga's nice.
That's real.
I'm on my Quentin Miller shit.
That's some real friends shit right there. If you can just acknowledge that, like, yeah, my man writes my lyrics for me. Because you know that happens all the time, but people don't talk about it.
Yeah, they try to
They
act
wanna
like.
admit it, you know?
If somebody comes on here and acts like they like, talk, and if they talk like they write their own lyrics, but they don't, and don't just admit that they don't write that shit, I'm gonna be so mad when I find out.
Right. You
I'm gonna
got
be like
credits on
Meek Mill.
Wikipedia too.
I know how Meek Mill felt when he wrote that song about Drake and was like, so mad at him for not writing his verse on Meek's album. Because if somebody came in here and lied about that, I would be offended.
Like, damn, bro.
Yeah.
But you couldn't even write the verse.
Yeah, right the verse, bro.
The shit that gets me is when they're just the worst rapper in the world, and I wish I could name names right now. They suck, and they have a ghostwriter, and you're just like, how the fuck you hire somebody and you still are like that?
Stash, who are some rappers you don't like how they rap?
Wow, there you go. That's good. Yeah,
question.
let's start some shit.
Shit, I don't even know. I don't know. We were just talking about this earlier. No disrespect, I don't like Wale.
Very common opinion. Yeah, that's why.
I mean, 600 Benz was good, but that's
I
about
fuck
it.
with Wale though.
Wale,
It's
we
just like that's just some shit. Just like J. Cole. Like J. Cole's an awesome rapper, but niggas just like, yo, we don't fuck with J. Cole.
Right.
We don't know why we don't fuck with J. Cole. It's just like we just don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not your demo.
It's just there's no street edge to it. It's very like
It's poppy.
You know, his audience is like, you know, young white kids in college, and I totally get why those people like it because it seems like they would fucking love it, and
J.
they
Cole's
do.
on
They
the
buy
radio
it.
every third song.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like-
But
Yeah.
his shit is just mad relatable. He's writing songs about losing your virginity and shit. It's like every kid could fucking kind of relate to that, right?
40 Ounce was just talking about that.
He was
too.
talking about how he don't really fuck with him. Well, I don't even know if he said he didn't fuck with him, but he said like, yes. Think
said
about
that
his lyrics. He writes
40
shit that
Ounce
people
Van was
relate
saying
to.
that he writes relatable tweets for the regular people.
Yeah.
And J. Cole writes relatable lyrics for the regular people. Like, same thing.
It's true, yeah. If you're too smart, it's hard to like really appeal to people because they're not on your level. If
That's
your
what I'm-
jokes
we're
are
just
too
all
layered,
too
you know,
smart.
yeah.
That's why we haven't blown up yet.
Well, think about it. Nobody likes listening to fucking Eminem. He be rapping too hard. Nobody can relate to that these days.
I just feel like music now is dumbed down.
Yeah,
Ain't no more lyrical in this shit.
yeah. But how do you feel about that? Do you feel like you're a lyrical rapper, or do you feel like you just kind of don't fuck with it
I
either?
could be a lyrical rapper. Things people don't really understand. Like I grew up listening to straight New York music, real hip hop, but now like I don't know. I'm from the South, so it's just like it's more fun to rap like this, you know?
Right.
How I rap.
But what's your creative process? You sit around and write your shit, or do you just like go in the booth and just wild out?
If I'm at the studio, I'll just be in the booth. But if I'm just like, if someone sends me a beat, I really like it, I'll sit down and write to it when I have nothing to do, you know?
Right.
Most rappers be like, nah, I don't write nothing. Like, I write on my iPhone, you feel me? Like,
Yeah, yeah. That's weird to act like it's not cool to write your raps because
It seems like, why wouldn't you want to write them? Because it's like it's very important what you say, right?
nah, bro, I ain't write this shit, bro.
that was such a thing though because I remember when nobody said that and then all of a sudden Jay-Z started saying it
I
and
thought Wayne
motherfuckers
said
just
it
started.
first.
I think Wayne was like right after him, but and then all of a sudden everybody was saying it. Everybody was like, nah, I don't write my shit.
Off the dome.
I don't even know how to write.
Never written anything in my whole
Never
life.
held a pencil.
Yeah. Hey, so you feel like kind of freshly like vindicated in terms of people finally like knowing that you're not guilty in terms of this domestic abuse shit?
I mean, yeah, for like the public eye, for like, you know, like bigger brands and shit now, like people could work with me again, you know?
Right.
Because I was working with a lot of people, you know, so like they couldn't, even though they fucked with me, they couldn't just because off of the fact I was in that
As
situation.
soon as there's a label around or whatever, they're going to be stepping in and being
Yeah.
like, nah. you
Was
can't do that.
Alexander Wang like out after
Yeah, did
that?
all that? Did you lose money off all this?
Yeah, hell yeah, I
Yeah.
lost money.
Yeah.
Probably like 100 bands.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn. So you think like, yeah, because I mean, like Gleesh was in a similar situation. I don't know if you know Gleesh really, but he dealt with the same shit where he like, you know, he all of a sudden couldn't even like be on the flyer. He couldn't be doing a guest appearance on Mad People's albums because he had that court case hanging over his head. His shit is still open actually, technically. Even though he like, that's why we couldn't put his interview out, is because he's like, I don't want to open the shit back up because it seems like it might go away
You
soon.
said it's
You know.
his lawyer called, right?
Yo, I wish I could tell you guys about how fucking funny it was talking to Gleesh's lawyer on the phone, man. The old ass Jewish guy's like take on that interview because he listened to it. He was like, he's talking about shooting N-words, blah, blah, blah. He called me on the three-way with
Yeah, you
Gleesh saying
can't
that. I was
use
just
that in
like,
court.
yeah. Because like, it wasn't even the shit that he said when he was telling the story about fucking why he didn't actually do what they were accusing him of doing. It was the fact that he was talking about what he used to do back in the day. You know, like he's like, you know, everybody in my crew had a gun, blah, blah, blah. All of a sudden it's like, oh, all right.
Yeah,
like,
you can't snitch on yourself.
yeah,
like
they'll
that.
throw that shit in court. Like, it don't matter if you say it if you don't have
Yo,
open
no
cases.
jumper, we got this right here. We got this.
We got this.
Yeah, you can't fuck around.
Yeah, so you have like other big plans or whatever? You feel like you're just gonna keep getting right into it with the mixtapes and shit,
Man,
or what are you doing?
I finally dropped this hood rich shit. I'm about to drop about 8 more mixtapes this year, man. Just be ready.
Yeah, 8 more.
8 more, man.
Hell
That's
yeah.
serious.
I don't
Then
even care.
touring? Are you gonna tour? Play shows here and there?
Yeah. That's just. I'm gonna announce that shit later on. This probably next month.
Right.
I got a U.S. tour. Asia tour, Europe.
Yeah, what is that? How are you so popping in like Asia and shit?
Man, shout out to my brother Ko, my Japanese brother.
His verse is awesome on the tape.
He's like the hottest rapper in Japan right now.
Okay.
When I was living in Harlem, I had a roommate. His name was Stilo. He was Japanese, so he pretty much introduced me to him. Like when he came to New York for the first time, he actually stayed in my apartment. We became cool. We did songs. They got me out to Japan because he was upcoming too at the time. So like we kind of blew up together, you know. Like he dropped his shit. I remember the second time I was out there, my homie Andy Milonakis came through. We did a song and a video, same day, same night.
You did a song and video with Andy Milonakis too?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. See, I
Wait,
seen
which
Chief Keef doing that. I didn't know other people were on that.
What's his last name?
Grills.
Okay, never mind.
What was it like doing a song with Andy Milonakis? Because Chief Keef did it too. I didn't know you did it. I got to go Google that ASAP.
Chief Keef did that shit after me, man.
He did it after you. Okay. Trendsetter, influencer.
Bang,
Yeah.
bang.
But nah, I fuck with Chief Keef. But nah. Shit, man. Growing up, I used to watch Andy Milonakis show. So, like,
Right.
doing a song with this nigga was, like, crazy. It was like, you know, that's, like, your fucking idol.
Right. But how'd you get in touch with him? How did the actual shit start happening?
It was kind of weird because when he came out to Japan, his videographer was, like, my homie from New York. So,
Oh, okay.
he connected us. And then it was just like that.
Right.
Dude, I went to a party in the hills once, went to find the bathroom, walked into the back room, walked into a room where it was just Andy Milonakis and a full band, and he was freestyling.
Well, with no audience?
4 people watching. I just stayed in there for like 30 minutes.
That's amazing. He's kind of a good rapper. He got a funny voice, but he says some funny ass shit pretty much every time I ever hear him on anything.
Yo, he did his verse real quick, too. Like, he's really like a rapper.
Yeah.
I was surprised. I was like, oh, shit.
That's tight. Damn. I fucking had a little tweet going back and forth with Andy Milonakis about doing this podcast, and he seemed into it, but then he just stopped responding. So if you're listening to this right now, tweet at him and be like, yo, Fatso, get on the No Jumper.
I'm going to tell him right now.
Hey, there you go. That's
Yo,
exactly.
Andy,
Thank
no
you.
jumper.
Yeah. I have, was he ever like super into drugs? I can't remember. Or am I thinking of Steve-O? Steve-O was like on that.
No,
shit.
Steve-O was doing like whippets and like seeing demons.
Yeah, where's Steve-O at, man? Remember hearing
No,
ever
no,
see
you know
those
what he
videos?
most recently, Steve-O, he climbed
Right.
the crane in Hollywood.
Yeah, he's all about doing like publicity stunts where he can get arrested and stuff. That's all. Like he's all about doing some fucked up shit to get in the news
Right.
for doing that thing. And like if he's kind of mad if he doesn't get arrested because then it's
Yeah.
not like in the news and shit, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Didn't he marry, like, that tattoo artist girl?
Did he? Kat Von D?
I think.
No, right?
I never heard about that, but that'd be sweet.
I would like to watch them fuck. That'd be awesome. Yeah,
That'd be a come up for
two
Steve.
weird ass looking white people.
Has Kat Von D ever tattooed you?
No, but I do know like some people that hang out with her. Maybe she'll do a podcast. Tweet at Kat Von D and tell her to do No Jumper too. She got like 10 million followers. She probably will never notice.
Smoke dog.
We smoking?
Kenny, what are you doing later?
No rap.
Huh?
You going to Metro Boomin later?
I don't know. I might go to Metro Chile. I don't know.
Might pull up.
Might pull up.
Oh, it's Thursday night, by the way. This is going to come out
A while from now.
10 days from now.
Yeah, but it's still like we're talking about an important period in time
Yeah,
right
we're
now.
letting these guys know at home. You know, it's Thursday night. Oh, at home.
Yeah, shit. So anything else we should cover before we wrap this up? Or what can people get in contact with you
Yeah.
besides just fuck you sluts on everything?
Do some plugs.
Man, fuck you sluts, man. Man, people, it's crazy because, like, the people I'm working with, they want me to, like, change my name and shit. I'm like, nah, I can't do it. Like, I built that name, you know? Fuck
Yeah.
you sluts.
It
Like,
stands out a lot.
like, yo, just BJ Stash. I'm like, nah, I can't.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like to a lot of people, they're probably more likely to follow you on Twitter or something
Listen.
if they see fuck you sluts.
Drake has Champagne Poppy. He's still
Yeah,
good.
but he's Drake. He can afford to be like that, right?
But I'm saying, I feel like Fuck You Sluts is going to get there.
Champagne
I'm
Poppy.
gonna bring it there, man. I'm gonna have everyone say that shit.
Tonight at Staples Center. Fuck You Slut.
I love Drake, but Champagne Poppy sounds mad sus to me. What the fuck is that shit?
You got it from Hove. You got that from Hove.
Yeah, but it's still just Instagram's the place where other rappers have weird ass names. You got 2 Chainz as Hair Weave Killer too. There's probably some other
That's what I'm
ones.
saying. You kind of got to have that. Your
Yeah.
alter ego.
That's the most bond thing you can do. That's way doper than having like a nice chain or a car or a
Slim
house.
Shady.
Just have a Twitter name that does not allude to your actual name. It just
If you can be
proves-
popping with, your real name and your Instagram name and they don't match, then you're actually popping.
Yeah, that's a big thing. Everybody out here is all about consistent branding. Fuck that. Switch it up. Every different platform. If you could still be hot, then you're really hot.
Yeah.
Justin Bieber's Snapchat is Rick the Sizzler.
Is it?
What?
Swear
Shut
to
the
God.
fuck up.
Rick the Sizzler. What a
Really?
good name.
Hey, you want to know some fucked up shit about Justin Bieber? You ever meet Justin Bieber?
Yeah.
How was that?
I met him recently in fucking London.
Uh-huh.
He pointed at me across the club and just walked out.
Do you think he knew who you were, or you think he was just like, yo, you're fly?
I don't know. I don't know.
But yo, I'm going to this BMX contest in Estonia called Simple Session, and Sheckler is going too. He goes every year, and I guess Bieber and Sheckler are like best friends now, and they're going together. And yo, like when you're in Estonia, it's like it's in Eastern Europe. It's like there's no celebrities who come around. So like you be in the club and Sheckler walks in, and there's like girls screaming, like trying to jump at him and shit. He got security all around him.
Here's my Sheckler impression. I never thought that I would meet Justin Bieber in the club. They gave that dude a reality show, and like literally he can barely read.
That wasn't bad. Yeah, but yo, I'm saying that like I can't even imagine what they're gonna be like with Justin Bieber in fucking Eastern Europe. Very excited.
They're gonna go wild.
And if I'm there,
he has a crazy fan base.
Insane, probably the craziest fan base, right?
Justin Bieber smokes cigarettes.
Does he?
Yeah, he just put up on Instagram.
Of him smoking a cigarette?
Yeah.
Damn. Well, Stash is over here smoking cigarettes too. Everybody smokes cigarettes out here.
If you want to be cool, smoke cigarettes.
I'm surprised you didn't roll up blunts on camera, because everybody always rolls blunts and smokes them on camera, and it's kind of,
man,
it's unnecessary.
I got weed right now. I don't got no roll up.
Oh, really? I got blunts, I think, but I mean, we're almost at the end of the interview anyway.
I'm smoking cigarettes, man. I ain't on no back one. I'm on a Marlboro right now, man.
That's dope. Oh, man. All right. Well, I mean, I think this was pretty dope. I feel like we cleared up some important stuff. We talked about some funny stuff. Rob Banks might be mad at me because I didn't jump in and defend him because I don't know anything about the situation.
Yo, Rob Banks, when you ready to holler at me, man, don't holler at me because I don't fuck with you.
Oh, my God.
People can just come on here and speak their side of the story. We don't gotta. We can be objective.
I'm trying to be objective. I'm sitting back because I'm like, hey, you know, I'm trying to be like, you know.
He probably gonna subtweet, be like, hey, man, fuck them relaxed niggas, man. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, that's coming. Yeah, they'll definitely, because it's like if you're a rapper and somebody's like talks shit about you in an interview, it's like you don't get the chance to ignore it because the fans will just fucking hype it up so much.
I mean, I did drop a diss and it went like millions of views.
How many? 2.4?
I don't know. I got no response, so
That shit
I don't
crazy.
know.
Again, like Drake putting out a diss song and doing crazy stupid numbers. That's pretty. Yeah,
I don't know.
we got Drake comparisons on deck for this guy.
We eating off a diss track right
Chilling.
now, man.
Back to back, won a Grammy, man. That could be your next diss track. Fuck. All right. Well, thank you very much to everybody who tuned
thank you,
in.
guys.
Thank you to Stash for coming through. It's been a good ass time. If you never fucked with us before, No Jumper on SoundCloud, iTunes, and YouTube video. Follow Robesman. Follow at Adam22, all spelled out on Instagram, and
Follow Fuck You Sluts.
follow Fuck You Sluts. And if there's any sluts out there who want to slide up in the DM,
Notification gang is all sluts.
yeah.
Nah, don't do it. I got a girl.
Oh, don't
Okay.
do it. Don't hit up Adam and then.
Exactly. If there's any girls out there who are thinking about hitting up Stash, it's not happening. Hit
real
me up.
faithful.
I got you.
Shout out Rope Gang.
Robesman probably too. Yeah. All right. Peace.
Yeah.
That was fun. Yeah. You started off like a little quiet, and then like you got going like pretty like within like the first like 8